Look who it is. Honestly, one of the most fascinating ways I ever thought I would end the podcast, but you have made it to the end. I'm very happy for you, very excited. If you haven't watched all the episodes, definitely do. They're gonna change your life, regardless. I wanted to make a last video to kind of let you guys know what it feels like to have escaped the Matrix, what the differences in your life look like now that you've escaped. I was supposed to make this video 2 weeks ago, but some unfortunate things happened where my mother and I had some problems and she just decided to kick me out randomly while I'm still investing in my business and creating these videos and doing my full-time job. Yeah, it was really unfortunate. But honestly, this is kind of a perfect way to let you guys know, I guess, what it's like to experience the Matrix when things don't go to plan. This has been definitely a testament of my strength and what I can handle, what I can do. And I'm in a good spot now. 2 weeks, I've basically been homeless and just trying to figure out my next steps. I'm finally safe, finally good, so I finally have the opportunity to make this once and for all. But yeah, I just hope that you guys are able to see that even though I have as much knowledge as I do, that even if you have it all figured out, stuff still goes wrong. And that's okay. It's okay for things to go wrong because that's just an opportunity for you to learn. That being said, how to know that you've escaped the Matrix. Now, I have not been very descriptive on what the Matrix actually is. And it's basically all of the systems and structures that we've been taught throughout our entire lives and just our experiences that we've had that have basically shaped our thoughts and our behaviors and our expectations and just how we see the world. This includes like societal norms, what you think like good and bad is, your morals, your beliefs, what you think about different cultures, different educational institutions, the list goes on. The Matrix is escaping the mind, escaping the constructs of the mind, escaping the constructs of the ego. It's about seeing life in a completely different perspective to the point where no matter what you go through, you can still continue being a person and you can see the good in everything that's going on, and you're able to push through and not give up despite what's going on. It's really hard to escape the Matrix because people, it's hard. It's hard to get out of your, if you've been stuck in this for years and years, you're going into your 30s or your 40s. No matter what you're going through, it's hard. Because you have to unlearn everything you've learned all your life. And if you're like me, you're at 22, you have it a little bit easier. You don't have as much programming that you've got to get rid of. You just kind of have to remember what your past is in your childhood and just kind of work off of that. But if you're like in your 40s or your 50s, it's going to be a little bit harder because, you've learned all of these extra things for the extra 30 years or whatever that you have on someone like me. And it's going to be a little bit harder, so it's definitely not something to harp on yourself about when it comes to trying to get out of your own mind. Because, the basic idea of escaping the Matrix, the best comparison is if you haven't escaped the Matrix and you want to lose weight, you are going to continue eating poorly. You're going to continue not having a good diet. You're not going to have a good daily structure. You're not going to find ways to get out of where you're at. But when you've escaped the Matrix, you understand that everything is in your control. You can find the solutions. You can get on the right diet. You can have the right daily structure and the right exercise regimen. You can find all of that because you do have the power. Escaping the Matrix is quite literally finding your own power amidst everything going on around you, being grateful for your power and being grateful for the things that are happening around you, because the things that are happening around you are enabling you to step into your highest self, into the person you're meant to be. When you escape the Matrix, you basically become extremely, extremely self-aware of everything that you do. Not to the point of being excessive, but just being aware of how you're treating others and how you're looking at situations, and kind of always trying to see everything from two perspectives, and then just seeing if either perspective is a path that you want to go on, or if you just want to go and do something else. You're going to want to be experiencing more. You're going to be stepping out of your comfort zone. You're not going to be stuck anymore. You're not going to look at a problem and be like, I can't solve this. You can solve anything, basically. This basically means you're just going to take action always. You're not ever going to let something stop you, because you're always going to try and find the solution. You become a built-in engineer for your life. And you've become really empathic and empathetic. You understand why life happens. And you don't understand why life exists, but you understand the basis of life and the functions of good and bad, and why things need to get bad before they get good. And because you understand all of these basic fundamentals of life, then you can understand what it's like to really be a human. And when you really understand what it's like to be human, you understand that everybody really is just one. We're all the same. We all have brains, but they all just operate on different experiences. But in reality, what we all came from the same thing. Don't know how. I don't really want to claim to know how, but I just know that that's what happened. And yeah, so because of this, because I know all of these core fundamentals, no matter what human I experience, and no matter where they come from or what they do in my life, good or bad, I always take it as a blessing, because it's either getting me out of a bad situation, it's getting me out of something I didn't know would be bad, or it's just slingshotting me towards the future and the direction I was supposed to be in all along. The universe works really great like that, where sometimes it just puts stuff in your path because it knows that you've worked for it, and it will just keep rewarding you and keep helping you as long as you stay true to yourself and you don't let the outside world affect you and affect your emotions. It's going to be hard. You still have to release stuff. You still have to be human. You still have to be emotional. You still have to just sit with yourself and relax and contemplate and just be self-aware. It's not all about logistics and being this hard-working machine that only works on their passion. And the core of escaping the matrix is just learning to live your life as yourself, and not ever being afraid to be yourself, and just taking the steps that you need to take regardless of where they're going to go, and being okay with risks, being okay with taking risks, being loving towards every experience and every person you'll ever meet, and just going with the flow of life. That's basically it. So yeah, this was meant to be kind of a shorter video, because again, it's just kind of letting you know what it feels like to escape the matrix. And yeah, to fully wrap things up, I'm proud of you for, how far you've come, and the fact that you're even here is pretty amazing. And always remember, experience doesn't equal potential. No matter what you've been through, you can get through anything if you put your mind to it. And no matter how alone things might feel or things might get, always believe in yourself, because you are your biggest superpower. You will always be there for yourself no matter what. Your mind is always going to be in your mind. You're always going to be thinking. So make sure that when you're in your head, the thoughts that you're listening to are good thoughts, because that's going to help you get through your days and figure out how to solve your problems. It's going to be hard. This is not a 1 day, 2 day thing. This is a journey. This is months. This is years of relearning things, of going through experiences, just constantly going through these different moments and helping you evolve. So with that being said, thank you so much for being here. I'm really happy that I was able to take you on this journey, and if I think of anything else to add to this podcast, I will definitely add little nitbits here and there, but the regularly scheduled episodes will now end, and I guess this isn't, you can call this a finale, but just keep an open mind that there might be something I add in the future. We'll see. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you so much. Thank you for following me on this journey and for trusting me in who I am. And remember, experience does not equal potential. Peace.